Well, hello, everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson Properties, to share with you in this session of Master Your Marketing how to go about adding a Google form or utilizing Google Forms in your business. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of things that can be done. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take a look at my screen share with you and make sure that we've got this going correctly. Hold on, please. Okay, everyone. So let's go ahead and walk through some tips and techniques and some basic do's and don'ts and some fun ways in which to use Google Forms within your real estate business. So obviously, you're going to need to have your Google account. This is one that I use for training purposes only. So don't email me on this address if it pops up. All right. So once you log into Google, get into your email account within Google, there is the three dot 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 dot. They call it the hamburger menu box, if you will, over on the right side of your screen. When you click on that, that's going to let you see all the variable options that you have within your Google, I'm going to say, account. All right, when you scroll down a little bit, you will find the icon that is purple that says Forms. That is where you want to click on that, and that's going to open up the page. Now, you can start with a blank form. They do have some templates already available, and your template gallery right here will let you see what some of the options are within your Google form. So you've got lots of choices. I'm going to take you straight from square one and walk you through a blank form and how to create one. So first thing you want to do is up here in the upper left-hand corner, you want to label it. I'm just going to call it survey. Or actually, let me take it even further. Let me put my caps on, front door survey. I can spell, I know I can. There you go. All right. And if you notice, then when you click down here into this box, it automatically rolls it over. What we're going to do from here is we're going to type a description. This is like the email or the instructions that are going to go with it. So I'm going to go, hey, take it off caps. Hey friends, crazy question. If you could paint your front door any color, what would it be? Question mark. Okay. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put my name because it'll come through. JM. I can type. I know I can. There you go. All right. Now, just like any other Word document or anything else, you have the ability to make something bold. You just highlight it, bold, italicized. You can underline it if you want. So again, you've got, just like a Word document, you've got the options there as well. Now, one thing up here that I want to bring to your attention is the customize the color. It looks like a little paint palette. When you click on that, that is going to let you see what the text font is. You can change it. You can make it bigger. You can, make it smaller. If you want to add a header, which I always like to do because it makes it more fun, it's going to give you a bunch of options to scroll through. Now, you can also upload your own, but keep in mind there's going to be some, I'm going to say, size requirements that are going to show that'll need to line up with. So let's say you want to add, let me just scroll back up a little bit. Let's put this one in there. So you're just going to click on it, double click, and it drops it right on in the top of your form. Now, back here to your themes on the right-hand side, let's say you want to change the color of the box that goes around it. A simple click will change it. Play with it, and it lets you see what colors are on there. You can also add additional colors on there as well. Okay, so that is as easy peasy as it gets. So let's say we're going to do a simple survey where we're going to ask if you could paint your front door, what color would it be? So in here, I'm just going to ask for a name. And over into the, just to the right, it says multiple choice. When you click on the down box, you now have options. You can ask for a short answer, a paragraph, multiple choice, check box, drop box, upload, date, time, whatever. Because I'm just asking for the name, that's a short answer. So it's just going to leave a spot for it to be filled in. Next thing you want to take a look at is down here at the bottom of the box. You can either duplicate it, you can delete it, or you can make it a required field that needs to be filled in. The next three dots over give you a chance to expand information. But for right now, we're just going to leave it like this. So that is one. We're going to close out the theme. And over here, the little menu bar that shows up to the right is going to allow you to add a question, import a question, add title and description, add an image, add a video, or add another section. So let's go ahead and add a question. It's given us another box. I'm going to ask for an email. Right? Again, I don't need multiple choice, but it's got short answer text, which is again all that's needed. I too am going to come down here and make that required. As soon as you make it required, you will notice there's a little tiny star that shows up next to where it says name, and it will show up right after the email as well that indicates that that is a required field, not an optional. They got to fill it out. All right. So we're going to add one more box, and it says, and we're going to put in here, what color would you choose? Question mark. So now this is going to be multiple choice. As you can see, it says right here, multiple choice. So option one is going to be, let's say, black. Next option, we're going to add an option. I'm going to put white. Another option is going to be blue. Add option. We're going to want red. We're going to want green. We're going to want yellow. And for fun, we will add one more that says other. So it may not be one of these colors, but they may mark it as other. So once you've got that done, I'm going to say, because I need that information, I'm going to make it a required field. And there you have it. Now, if you wanted to add a picture in there, you put a picture of a front door in there. So you can play with this as well. So we're just keeping it basic. If you go, I don't want that in there, you can delete it. And we're going to go ahead and put it back in. I'm going to see if it lets me move it around. Okay. So you've got it in there. You're good. You're going to go, okay, I can live with that. We're going to go ahead. We've got our header up front, bring some interest. Front door survey. Hey friends, crazy question. If you could paint your front door, what color would it be? Obviously, I got my name. They need to put in their name because that's a required field, their email because that's a required field, and what color would you choose is going to be a required field So as soon as I save it or move on, it's going to put that little asterisk, that little star there. So I've got my questions in there. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to now go publish. Those that anyone who has the link will be able to respond. That's the default setting on it. So I'm now going to hit publish. And it's going to bring us over to double check. All right. So back here to the publish option, it's going to show you the link. I'm going to click on the link and I'm going to copy it, save it, and I'm good. So I'm going to go back into my little account here. Let me come into a fresh screen. Let me go back into it. I'm going to go into my email, my Gmail in this case. I'm going to compose. I'm going to send this back over to me just for the test. And I always like to test them to make sure that they work. Test survey. So now I would be mailing this after I tested it. I would be emailing it out to anyone in my database. I maybe do a social media link, whatever. So here I'm going to say, hey, friend, please take my survey. Only takes 30 seconds. Now, you can just Control V and drop the link in there. I typically never like to do that because I think it just looks kind of funky, but you can. I mean, it's your option. At the bottom of an email is always going to have attach file. And it's also going to have the insert link, which is the chain link fence link. That's the one we want to use. So it will say text. What do you want it to say? Click here for taking the survey. Type or paste the link. That is the URL. So Control V, because I've already grabbed it. I'm dropping it in here. I'm going to put apply. And as you can see, it says click here. Whoops. Click. Let me get that. Click here for taking the survey. Okay. Or to take the survey. Let's just go to take the survey. All right. Because it'll help you with your grammar as well. So I want you to see that as well. All right. So now I got it. I'm good with everything. I'm going to send it. And as you can see, this is what is going to pop into your or the consumer's, your client email. All right. So here hey friends, please take the survey. It only takes 30 seconds. Again, you got the link here or you got the click here. I'm going to always do the click here just to test it. Here it is. It shows that it indicates a required answer. So I'm going to put my name in there, my email in there. And what color would I paint the front door? I'm going to go green. And then I'm going to submit it in. So as the receiver of the survey from your person from your SOI, I'm done. There you go. I'm all done. It can allow you to submit another response and you can do it again. But basically I did what I said I needed to do. All right. So now let's go back to where your forms are. Let me close that. I don't need that open. And as you can see, it says responses. There have been one. That was me. That was the response that I just did. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to show that Lynn responded. Here's her email. And what color did she choose? She chose green. So once you start getting several responses, I'm going to do a bunch of them just to let you see real quick. I'll put the same email in. I'm going to say white. I'm going to submit. I'm going to submit another response, a name. I'm going to use a different. I'm going to do yellow. So let's say somebody else responds. Because I want to show you what is going to happen. All right, so now you got different people clicking on their links and it's coming back. So now when you go into the survey, you see that, oh, look, 4 people have responded to the survey. And it gives you the names, it gives you the email addresses. But look, it's going to show you a response grid or chart or form that's going to show you 50% said yellow, they would paint the door yellow. 25% said green and 25% said white. Now, as obviously the number that respond get bigger, those percentages adjust, but this just lets you see that response back. There you go. Now you know. So let's talk for a second about, and I'm going to stop the screen share. Let's talk about ways in which you can use a Google form. Obviously, if you want to do your concierge form, you can do it there. You want to do it for a quick survey to ask 1 or 2 questions. I would leverage it and tie it into a question or a post that you've got within your blog posts. Remember, as a Samson agent on your Bold Trails, formerly known as KV Core, website, you have the ability to put in a blog. And remember, in Cardinal Nest, under resources, you can type in blog, and we have uploaded for you already about 30 blog posts that are ready to grab, save, and post. There you go. You don't have to think. There is one about what color front door would you do? This is where a survey connected to that blog post could come in handy for engagement purposes and for fun. See what comes back. And then next month, you post, the survey results are in. Did you know that according to my respondents who answered my survey question, black was the most common color that people would said they would paint their front door? Who knew? Again, it gives you leverage to take the blog, create a survey question, touch point follow up next month on social media, blog, or whatever else you're doing. That's the results of the survey. Who knew? Oh, and by the way, if you're a renter and can't paint your front door and decide, I think I'd like to paint my front door, and are ready to buy the door, oh yeah, and the house that goes with it, so you can paint it whatever color you want. Don't forget, I want to be your go-to source for anything real estate related. So when you're ready, give me a call. We'll talk about what it takes in this market to get ready to buy a home. Hopefully it's your first home and one of many. All right, my friends, there you go. That's an example of a quick video that you could do and follow up to it. Give the results, do a little plug. There you got it. We're good to go. All right. Let's talk about other ideas that you could potentially use the surveys for. Obviously, your possibilities are endless because you can customize it any which way you want. You can ask a question, get a response back. One of them might be, again, when we go back to what is our mission? Our mission is to help people protect and maintain the value of their greatest asset, which is their home, which you learned in Jumpstart Session 1, I hope. Once you've got that, let's leverage it. Because one of the things that agents always are, we encourage everyone to do is to touch out and jet link your SOI. But most agents go, well, I don't know what to say. I don't want to bother them. I feel like I'm bugging them. If you're asking a stupid question, you're bugging them. But when you go back to your mission is to help them protect and maintain the value of their home, let's talk about maintaining your HVAC unit. So a survey question, again, email address and answer the question. How, and again, there is a blog post about how often you should change out your HVAC filter in your property, in your home. So let's connect the dots and leverage that 1 to the 9. So you could create a survey that says in the drop down, like we did the various colors. So how often do you change the filter in your heating and air conditioning unit? Is it once every month? Is it once every 3 months? Is it 3 to 6 months? Is it 9 months? Is it once a year? Or is it what? I'm supposed to change the filter? I didn't know that. Or other, or just leave it at that. Send the survey out in partnership with the blog post. Get them to respond. And then when you review the results, that gives you another talking point to connect the dots on, oh, by the way, I saw your response. Were you serious or were you kidding when you said, oh, you didn't know you're supposed to change your HVAC unit filters? Believe it or not, there are some people, especially sometimes a first-time home buyer, that doesn't know that. Here's your job to do your job and to help them protect and maintain the value of their greatest asset, which is their home. Let's leverage it even one step further. Let's line those domino blocks up. I would go and reach out to one of my service providers who specializes in heating and air conditioning. I would say, give me 3 basic overlooked tips for maintenance. And I would use their tips from ABC HVAC as my featured vendor of the month. Send it out and say, did you know? There you got it. Again, we teach you in the various classes how to leverage the newsletters, the blogs, the free reports, your vendors. It all connects in and comes together in a nice little pile. So there you have it. Take advantage of what is already here in front of you. Think outside the box. Be that Uncola. Be willing to do what other agents are, yes, you've heard me say this, are too lazy to do. Have talking points that you can comfortably and gently follow up with those in your SOI, and you don't feel like you're bugging them. There you go. You're bringing them some value. All right. So that is just a couple quick tips on how that can be done. When you do one, here's what I would challenge you to do. Do one. I don't care what the topic is. Do one. Email it to yourself. Respond yourself. Make sure all the links are working correctly. And then go ahead and put one out with one basic question. It's going to take a little while for the momentum to pick up on it, but heck, why not? Now, I would also then leverage, I would go into my email address in my signature line. I would customize my signature line that says, click here for my monthly survey. It's going to take you 30 seconds. I'd have a link to the blog as well, or a link to a free report. Again, connect all these things. That's why we give them to you. So there you have it. There you have it. All right. So go do one. If you want to include me on it, email it to me, lhamilton@samsonproperties.net. I'll take your survey and give you, get a response back. But do at least one. Block off, look at your calendar. Block off 15 minutes is all you need to go in to your Gmail business. If you don't have one, create a new one. Email for the Google, create the form or the survey, send it to yourself, send it to me, get the response back, see what happens. There you go. All right. That is your challenge. Go do it. Remember, I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. This is a great tip that's going to help you. Go have fun with it, and I'll see you in the next class. All right, my friends. Bye for now. From my cardinal. Bye. Gonna fly away now. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye now.